In this video, I will be going over ellipses. The equation of an ellipse in standard form is given by x minus h squared over a squared plus y minus k squared over b squared equals 1. And this is where h comma k is the center of the ellipse. So x always is written first. And then we have a plus sign in between the two fractions. The y term is written next. And the equation is always equal to 1 when we're looking at standard form. The a term represents the horizontal distance that you would move to the left or right from the center to get to each vertex. And the b term represents the vertical distance that you would move up or down from the center to get to each vertex. Now the foci, to find these, we're going to add or subtract c from the center. So this is where we would use the equation a squared minus b squared equals c squared, or b squared minus a squared equals c squared. So here we just start with whichever number is the larger number. So start with the larger number, and then minus the smaller number. So if a squared is larger than b squared, you're going to start by doing a squared minus b squared. But if b squared is the larger term, then you're going to start with that one. And this allows us to find c squared, and we will be able to take the square root to then find c. All right, so our first example here is we want to graph the following ellipse, and then we are going to identify the key features. So here we know that this is the equation of an ellipse because we have a plus sign and it's set equal to 1. And we have an x squared and a y squared term. So the center will be 1, negative 4, because we just do the opposite sign of whatever's inside of the parentheses. And then to find the other key features, I'm actually just going to show this through graphing, and then we will go ahead and write out each of those major points that are on our graph. So our center is here at 1, negative 4. And then the next thing we have is the number under x is your a squared term. So this means that a squared is 25. And now I just want to solve for a. So then I'm just going to go ahead and take the square root to each side. The square root and the square cancel, so you just get a equals 5. And now a equals 5, that's the distance that we're going to move to the right and left to find our vertices. So now I'm going to move over to the right 5 units, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I get the point 6, comma, negative 4. That will be my right vertex. We can also see that what I did here was I just did 1 plus 5 to give me the x value of my right vertex. Then I'm also going to move 5 units to the left. So I move over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I will end up at the point negative 4, comma, negative 4, which is my left vertex. And once again, to get to the left vertex, I could have also just started with the center, which is 1, and subtracted 5, and that would have given me negative 4, the x value of my left vertex. All right, so this distance right here is my a value, which is 5. So they're each 5 units away from the center. Now the number under y is your b squared term, so b squared is 16. And then once again, if I just take the square root to both sides of this equation, then I get that b is 4. So that means that I'm just going to move up and down 4 from the center. So I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, and I get the point 1, 0. That's going to be my upper vertex. And as we can see here as well, I just added 4 to my y value. So I did -4 plus 4 to give me 0. So this distance right here is 4, which is my b value. And then I will also go down 4 and that gives me the point 1, -8. We can also see here that I started with my center point, which had -4, and I subtracted 4 to get -8. Okay, and now you just go ahead and you connect all of the vertices together. All right, and this one down here was our lower vertex. And now we can go ahead and see that the left and right vertices are farther apart than the upper and lower, because this entire length here, if this is 5 and that is 5, then the entire length from each vertex horizontally is 10, and then vertically this is 4 units away from the center, and then 4 units away as well. So the vertical distance is 8. So because the horizontal distance is larger, this is a horizontal ellipse, meaning that it's wider. And we can also see that it's a horizontal ellipse just by looking at the equation. Whichever number is greater, if the number is greater under the x term, then that will be a horizontal ellipse. All right, and now I can just go ahead and fill in all of these here. So my left vertex was -4, -4. And that was because I subtracted 5 from the x value of my center. And then if I added 5, I got 6, -4. For my lower vertex, I went ahead and I subtracted the b value, which was 4. So when I subtracted 4, I got 1, -8. And then to find the upper vertex, I just added 4 to the y value of the center. So that gave me 1, 0. All right, lastly, we're going to find the foci. So foci is plural for focus. All right, and so to find these, we need to find the c value. So to do that, we just need to start with whichever number is larger and then subtract the other one. So I get 25 minus 16 equals c squared. So that means 9 is c squared. And then if I go ahead and take the square root to each side, I get that c is 3. So that means that I'm going to add and subtract 3 to my center. Well, so the foci, the thing is it's always on the longer axis. So if I were to just draw a line across here, this would be my longer axis because we see that it's a length of 10 versus the other one is a length of 8. So the longer axis is called the major axis. And from here, this is where we're going to have our foci will always be on this longer axis. So because of that, I need to add c to my x value. So I'm just going to add 3 to this one. So 1, 2, 3. And I get 4, -4. All right, so that will be my right focus. So I just moved over 3 units to the right. And I had to add that to my x value because this is a horizontal ellipse. Now I'm also going to subtract 3, or in other words, move 3 to the left from the center. So 1, 2, 3. Then I get -2, -4, and that will be my left focus. So as we can see here, the distance between the center to the focus is 3 units. So my left focus is -2, -4. Now we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to graph this ellipse and then find any of the key features here. So once again, we can tell that this is an ellipse because we see a plus sign and it's equal to 1. Now the difference is that the number is larger under the y term than the number under the x term. So because of that, this will turn out to be a vertical ellipse. And that is because 16 is larger than 9. Right. So the first thing is our center is -2, +3. So once again, I'm going to start by graphing the center, which is -2, +3. And then my a squared term is 9. That's the number that's under x. And then if I take the square root to each side, then I get a is 3. So that means that I'm going to move to the right and left 3 units. So I'm going to move over 1, 2, 3. That's going to give me the point 1, 3, which is my right vertex. And then as we can see here as well, what I did was I started with the x value of the center, which was -2, and then I added my a value, which is 3, to give me 1, which is the x value of my right vertex. And now once again, I'm just going to move 3 to the left. So when I do that, I'm going to get the point -5, +3, which is my left vertex. And similarly, I just started with my center, which was -2, and then I subtracted 3 to get me -5. All right, and then my b squared term is 16. So if I take the square root to both sides, that means b is 4. So that means I'm just going to be moving up and down 4 from my center point. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that will get me all the way up until 7. And then I go down 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down to -2, -1. So this is my upper vertex. And this is my lower vertex. All right, and now we're just going to go ahead and connect all the vertices together. And we can see here that it is longer vertically than it is horizontally, because if I were to draw a straight line through here, the distance from the center to the upper vertex was 4 units, and then the distance from the center to the lower vertex was also 4. So that entire length was 8, and then the distance across here was 3, and 3 because 3 was my a value, so the horizontal distance was 6 in total. So that's why this is a vertical ellipse, because the vertical line, or the major axis, is longer vertically. All right, and now we can go ahead and find the foci. So to do that, we're going to start with the larger term. So now we're going to start with b squared. We're going to do 16 minus 9 equals c squared. So that means 7 equals c squared, and then if I take the square root to each side, then c is the square root of 7. So once again, the foci have to be on the longer axis, so now they have to be on the vertical axis. So because of that, I'm going to add and subtract c to the y value of my center. So my lower focus, I have, if I start with my center, it's -2, 3. Now I'm going to subtract c from the y value of the center, so minus square root 7. And then for my upper focus, I'm just going to add the square root of 7 to the y value of my center. All right. And if we were to use a calculator, we would see that 3 minus the square root of 7 is about 0.35. So that means this point would be negative 2, 0.35. So that would be somewhere right here. That would be our lower focus. And I can label that as negative 2, 3 minus square root 7. And then if we used our calculator, we would see that 3 plus square root 7 is approximately 5.6. So then my upper focus would be at negative 2, 5.6, which is around right here. So that would be my upper focus. And now I can just fill in all of the rest of these that we already found. So negative 5, 3, 1, comma 3, negative 2, negative 1, and negative 2, 7.